This, of course, is where investing in people really begins. School. Investing in the education of children probably provides the greatest potential return. And it's unlikely to be an accident of statistics that the richest nations have the highest qualified people. All schools in Great Britain are facing a tremendous challenge. The challenge to develop today's younger generation to succeed in an increasingly commercial world. And this school, Stainburn County Comprehensive in Workington, Cumbria, is no exception. Stainburn School is currently under pressure to redevelop its entire strategy, as required of all schools by the Office for Standards in Education. But Stainburn School also has problems of its own. One of them is called by some people here the Workington factor. It's a hangover from the times when there were plenty of local opportunities for early leavers, times which are long gone. Stainburn School has made some impressive progress though. 10 years ago, only 10% of its pupils stayed on beyond the age of 16. Now, 40% go on into the sixth form, but that's still below the national average of 60%. And 10 years ago, only 8% of pupils went on to higher education. Now, 15% of its 1,000 pupils go from school to college. But again, that's still less than the national average of 23%. So how will Stainburn School face up to such great challenges? Can investors in people work as well for a school as it works for a business? That's a question that head teacher Mike Fossey has been giving a great deal of thought to lately.
What struck me about investors in people, and I'm sure this will appeal to all schools, is that it almost perfectly complements the requirements of Ofsted, the new Office for Standards in Education. You see, today I think all public services, be they schools, the police, hospitals, the fire brigade even, need to be more businesslike. Now Ofsted expects all schools to have a development plan, a business plan if you like. And in that plan we need to list the improvements we should be making and how we're going to achieve them. But what Investors in People does is go one step further. It provides a framework which will allow any school to ensure that it reaches the very high standards that Ofsted sets. We've got some very ambitious goals here in Stainburn. What we aim to do, and this is set out in our development plan, is to see that all of our youngsters achieve qualifications in design and technology. We want to see that all of the youngsters and the staff have very high level skills in information technology. Above all, we want to see more of them going on to higher education. But what's quite clear is that we're not going to achieve these goals unless our staff are motivated and skilled enough to unlock that almost unlimited potential in themselves and in the youngsters.
How will Investors in People help you combat the Workington factor and the problem of low expectations?
The Workington factor, as you put it, is of course not unique to Workington, and you quite rightly say it is all tied up with low expectations. What we have to do as staff is in fact to raise our expectations, because if we have low expectations we will cap the achievement of youngsters.
What do you hope then that being an investor in people will achieve for Stainburn School?
What I'm not prepared to accept here at Stainburn is that we're just average. What we need to do is to be up there amongst the top 100 schools in the country. And I believe that Investors in People is going to be a key factor in us achieving that particular goal.
In March 1994, Stainburn School officially committed to becoming an investor in people. And with the help of Cumbria Tech, they plan to achieve the standard within a year. For this and many future generations of Stainburn School students, it's an investment that they clearly believe will benefit the county, the country and quite possibly the world.